Open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me. So alive, make it last forever. Stop in time, yeah, I'm surrendering. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me move. Can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me.
Jump, jump. That's a good boy. That's my boy. Look what I've got for you. You'll love this.
I'm Carl. I'm supposed to enter as a novice.
We expected you sooner. Weren't you supposed to come here with your guardian? It's been so hectic lately, people will keep turning up out of the blue.
He gave me the papers and left me at the gate. You must be used to that, though. I'm not the first novice here, am I?
But that wasn't very considerate of him, was it? It's been so hectic here lately, novices arriving one after the other. The last one didn't even have a letter, and you'd think his backside was on fire, the way he kept looking over his shoulder.
You took him without the letter? You didn't find that suspicious?
My guess is he wanted to hide from someone, but he's a priest and knows how things work in the monastery. So there was nothing to prevent him from being accepted, at least temporarily. You're a different case, though. Are you able to read?
Naturally. I wouldn't be here otherwise.
So then, are you ready to enter the Order of Saint Benedict and renounce forever the temptations of this world?
I am.
Then you must rid yourself of all your worldly possessions. Sell them or give them to the poor and needy or donate them to the monastery. You may not enter this place burdened by worldly goods. Inside the gatehouse is a trunk in which you will find monk's robes. Put away all your possessions and dress yourself in the habit. Then you may rest a while I go and see the prior to arrange matters for your acceptance. Take care now.
Hey!
Strange feeling being without all of that. I didn't realise how much I'd grown used to it.
Everything's prepared. It's time for you to take your vows.
Do I really have to wear this?
You'd better get used to it. You'll be wearing it for the rest of your life.
Brothers in Christ, We have gathered here today to welcome a new novice into our midst. Dear brother, forget your former life and embrace your new vocation in the community of the monks of St. Benedict. Opus Dei, obedientia, obprobria, the service of God, obedience, and endurance of all discomfort. These are the cornerstones and succor of our order, which on this day shall become your own. Suscipe me, Domine, secundum eloquium tuum, et vivam, et non confundas me ab expectatione mea.
Suscipe me, Domine, secundum in loquium tuum vivam, et non confundas me ab expectatione mea.
Accept your new name, Brother Gregor, and wear it with honor. Welcome, brother.
Welcome, brother. I am Antonius, a novice like you. I've been instructed to guide you around the monastery and tell you what you can expect and what your duties will be.
Thanks for helping me out during the ceremony. I had no idea what I was supposed to do.
You don't know Latin, do you? Don't worry. Work in the scriptorium will teach you fast enough. Why exactly are you here? Was it your choice? Or did someone force you to come?
I'm being punished. If it were up to me, I'd still be spending my days in taverns and my nights with whores.
I don't envy you. Unfortunately, you're here for the rest of your life.
Would you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a novice and I'm here because I'd make a poor merchant. I like books and I want an education. Although I must say, so far the monastic life's been quite unexpected.
Let's go then.
Good. But before we do, here's a letter directly from the prior telling you all your regular duties from tomorrow onwards. Make sure to read it this evening, so you know how things work. Right, we can go now. Follow me closely. I'll explain everything as we go. Remember one word: discipline. It's your job to work and pray. You serve the Lord now, not your own bodily needs. This is the way to the dormitory, where we all sleep. You'll find a free bed there, which is now yours. Do you know the first thing the monastery taught me? To appreciate sleep. We rise before dawn every day. Takes a bit of getting used to.
Salve.
Come now, I don't want to still be showing you around at midnight. This is the garden, a place for silent contemplation and meditation. Centuries ago, this monastery was founded by the most esteemed of brothers, Saint Procopius. His earthly remains can be found in a cave under the monastery, and his spirit wanders the corridors at night, punishing any misbehaving novices. So beware. Here are the frattery and scriptorium, together with the library. These are the places where we work. Ora et labora. Pray and work. As a novice, you must always listen to your superior brethren, and above us monks are the prior and the superior, who punish every infraction. You'll know them by the canes they carry. Do what they say. This is the refectory, where we come together to eat. During meals, you must be silent. Only one brother reads aloud from the Rule of Saint Benedict.
The rule is the only law we recognize, with the exception of those from God himself. If you break any of its precepts, expect a swift punishment. But I've already told you about the circuitous. The library, the pride of our monastery, a trove of learning. We don't just read books here, we also copy them. You too will learn how. And that's all. Today you are still free from duty, but tomorrow you begin work like the others. If you need anything, ask any of the brothers. We'll be glad to help you. And I recommend you get to know the other novices. You already know me. Then there is Siskin, Yodok, and Lucas.
Thanks for showing me around. There's a lot to learn here. I need to make a confession.
I'm no priest, but tell me what you've done. It's probably nothing to worry about.
I'm here in the monastery looking for a thief. He had a hand in burning down the Neuhof stud.
You don't say. And who are you to take such an interest?
Someone whose job it is to investigate the case, find the perpetrators and make sure they get the punishment they deserve.
Punishment? Do you intend to punish them here, in the monastery?
I don't know yet. I'm still just on their trail. Perhaps you could help me find him?
The missing thief? If I knew anything, I'd tell you, but I suppose it must be one of the novices. I've only recently heard about the Neuhof incident, and all the other brethren have been here much longer than that.
I know. Aside from me, there are only 4 novices, but still I don't know which one he could be.
3? Please, leave me out of it. And you're right that it could be any one of them. No one knows anything about Lucas. Siskin might be a lot of things, but a monk isn't one of them. And Yodok is a slimy worm. It wouldn't surprise me if he was behind that massacre. Actually, the more I think about it, the less I like that Yodok. He's a treacherous rat who'd do anything to get in someone's good books. The thought of Yodok at Neuhof sends chills up my spine.
Maybe you're right. It's not a pretty thought. Thanks for your help, and please don't say a word to anyone.
Don't fret, my friend. Your secrets are locked inside my lips.
It occurred to me you might be the man to ask. I'm looking for some lockpicks. Do you know anyone in the monastery who could help me?
Lockpicks? You surprise me, brother. And you, a nobleman's son. But you could ask Brother Celerius. They say he used to be a thief.
You've seen us drinking here, so either join in or swear you won't tell a soul. You won't want to end up like Lucas now, would you?
All right. I wouldn't mind some wine.
That's more like it. Sit down and have a drink, my lad. Ah, down the hatch.
Every gulp a treat, isn't that the truth?
No wonder. With our throat... What do you desire, Brother Gregor?
What are you doing here?
Servus.
What does it look like? Drinking.
But we're all monks.
Youngster, when you're as old as I, you'll understand.
Why not? I've had enough opprobria and obedientia for one day.
That's what we like to hear.
Let's drink.
That's the idea. And what should we drink to?
How about to the abbot?
To the abbot it is. But wait a minute, lad. Which one?
To Nevelas.
To Nevelas? To the abbot he's never been and never shall be? No, lad. A toast to our future abbot, John!
I'd like to ask you something about the monastery.
Talk to me, brother.
You mentioned Yodok. What does he do for you?
Well, nothing much. He's just a little suckling like you. He'll do whatever it takes to stay on our good side. Sometimes we make use of him when there are errands to run.
I'll be going, brothers. It's been good to sit with you a while.
Do us a favour, brother. Stay a little longer and have another drink with us. Here, some wine for you.
Oh, all right. But that's the last cup.
help us. So, to Abbot John.
To Abbot John.
What do you desire, Brother Gregor?
You mentioned Yodok. What does he do for you?
Nothing much. He's just a little suckling like you. He'll do whatever it takes to stay on our good side. Sometimes we make use of him when there are errands to run.
Where'd you get the wine from? I thought the monastery cellars were guarded.
So they are, but this wine isn't from the monastery. Listen, lad, would you help us out with something? This cask is almost empty, and we need a new one. We're a bit old for such exertions. But you, on the other hand...
I'll help you. What do I need to do?
Ha! I knew it. Help Novice Jodok arrange for a new cask. Talk to him first thing in the morning, and by tomorrow night the cask can be on the table.
All right, I'll talk to him.
I'd like to ask you something about the monastery. Who's in charge of things around here?
Abbot Peter is the administrator of the monastery, but you won't see him. He's always traveling, and on top of that, he's old and infirm. Perhaps the good Lord will bless him with many more years of life.
And what happens when the old abbot dies?
Then we elect a new one.
Are there any candidates to be the new abbot?
Yes, there are. Brothers John and Nevlas. Cursed elections. Since the brothers began talking about them, there's only been strife in the monastery. On one side are brothers who'd like to see John as abbot. On the other, those who support Nevlas, and they seem to be capable of fighting about it forever.
Test, test, 1, 2. Can you hear me now? I think Windows did an update and it's obviously turned off my microphone. What I was saying was, I can restart my save to before when I came into the monastery, because you've missed out on quite a bit of it already, and I haven't got that far into much of the story. So if you want, I can go back and reload an earlier save. So let's go do that. Because obviously I've been going on about this for like literally since I started this stream. So let me load it up. There we go. Right, I've had to put the brightness up ridiculously high because I've got to creep around the monastery at night time and it's absolutely pitch black and you don't get a torch or anything, so you can't see, and so obviously a lot of it's going to oh, don't worry about it, don't worry about it, I haven't lost anything, but so it's going to look a little bit overexposed to start with, but that's mainly because I needed to put the brightness right up just so that I could see my way around. But don't worry about it, man, this is important.
I'm in a fight mood. Oi, you!
Good day to you.
Manfred's taken care of, just as you wanted.
Thank God! He won't let me out of his sight for a second, and he's itching to get me in the monastery so he can head back home.
Why don't you just run away?
Oh, we've done all this bit.
Bare arsed.
But there are poor people everywhere and they get by somehow.
If I...
Actually, speaking of which, let me just come out the game completely because I haven't got my mod library set up. So let me just, so I can actually go to a newer save than this. Let me just quit. I don't want to save and quit. I just want to quit and get my mod thing up again. So yeah, obviously we're running a little bit late, but don't worry. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, the mods aren't going to be really important when I'm in the game anyway, doing the monastery stuff. But I don't want to forget that they're switched off when we come out of the monastery. But yeah, I've literally written down the entire guide on how to get through the monastery quickly and effectively. So hopefully, so long as we don't get caught by any of the other monks, we shouldn't have any problems. So let me just load back in and get this all going. But yeah, I don't want you to miss any of the monastery stuff. I know that I've said that it's one of the most annoying missions in the game, but you don't want to kind of like come into it halfway where I've already gone in. So you want to see, you should want to see everything. So once we've loaded in, we'll literally yeah. It's not only is it just for this stream, it's more for obviously getting through it quicker because it's a pain in the arse. We just. Come on. But yeah, I've done this quest a number of times since playing this game, because obviously I've done this playthrough about 3 times prior to this. And each time I've done the monastery one, it's always gone differently. And I've always got so frustrated and tried to get the whole thing out of the way. But this time I've got an effective guide on. It's not. I mean, there are going to be a few parts that are going to be cut out of the main quest storyline because there's a hell of a lot of stuff to do in the monastery. Bearing in mind the things we've got to do to find the. There's the thief that we're supposed to kill, isn't it? But when you get in there's a whole load of other quests that you can do as well. But they just make the whole quest a whole lot longer. So this one's literally just concentrating on the actual main quest itself, without all the bullshit. Here we go. And it should be the correct save that we left the game at when we jumped off last time. So far, from what I've done with the guide at the moment, everything's gone according to plan. So it does look like I've actually watched a video of the guy doing the tutorial, and it works well for him. But he kind of like sprints around doing everything, and I don't know if he's edited his video and stuff like that. But there's one thing that I'm doing here that's not actually part of the tutorial that I saw. There's just basically an optional thing that I'm including. Here we go. Yeah, this is the one. This is the one we want. Right. So what I want to do is I want to eat and drink. Why is that glowing? That's glowing ridiculously. Yo, Joanne, welcome to the stream, dude. There we go. Oh yes, let's turn that off for the moment. Right. So, do I have anything that I can get rid of my? Right. I want to have. Oh shit. Yeah. I'm good. I'm just. I'm doing the. I am doing the. Quest in the monastery. Let's move that over and eat all that so that I'm all energized. Right, now where is the monk? There he is. Yeah, I love the game. I mean, this is my third playthrough.
I'm Carl. I'm supposed to enter as a novice.
We expected you sooner. Weren't you supposed to come here with your guardian? It's been so hectic lately, people will keep turning up out of the blue.
Third, yeah. This is the one that I'm streaming. The other two I played offline, but this is the one I'm streaming.
You gave me the
and
papers
I'm
left
doing
me
the
at
monastery
You
mission,
must be used to that, though.
which a lot of people
I'm not the
hate.
first novice here, am I?
But I've got
But I wasn't very considerate
the
of
quickest,
him,
most
was it?
effective way
It's been so
to do it,
hectic here lately,
and also it's got the best
novices
story
arriving
outcome as
one
well.
after the other. The last one didn't even have a letter, and you'd think his backside was on fire. The way he kept looking over his shoulder.
You took him without the letter?
Yeah. Well,
You
I'm
didn't
doing
find
it the
that
quick way, not the
My
stupidly
guess
quick way,
is he
but
wanted to hide from someone.
the noble
But he's a priest and knows how
one.
things work in the monastery. So there was nothing to prevent him from being accepted, at least temporarily. You're a different case, though. Are you able to read?
Naturally. I wouldn't be here otherwise.
So then, are you ready to enter the Order of Saint Benedict and renounce forever the temptations of this world?
No more hookers.
I am.
Then you must rid yourself of all your worldly possessions. Sell them or give them to the poor and needy or donate them to the monastery. You may not enter this place burdened by worldly goods. Inside the gatehouse is a trunk in which you will find monks' robes. Put away all your possessions and dress yourself in the habit. Then you may rest a while I go and see the prior to arrange matters for your acceptance. Take care now.
He hasn't really like sold it to you, really, has he? It's like, yeah, you're going to be wearing these robes for the rest of your life, and you don't have any more possessions ever again. Yeah, sounds like a right party. All right, well, let's dump a load of stuff in here then. Let's get this all out of the way.
Strange feeling being without all of that. I didn't realise how much I'd grown used to it.
And here we go.
Everything's prepared. It's time for you to take your vows.
Do I really have to wear this?
You'd better get used to it. You'll be wearing it for the rest of your life.
Yay. Yes. It should be. They've got one of the viewers has never seen this before, so he's literally following the story that I've been streaming all this time. Let's got his old hairstyle back. Here you go, Bruce. The monastery mission. The one that I've been talking about since episode 1.
We have gathered here today to welcome a new novice into our midst. Dear brother, forget your former life and embrace your new vocation in the community of the monks of St. Benedict.
You say that now.
Opus Dei, obedientia.
But if this goes according to plan, then it should go
Service
smoothly
of
without
God,
any hiccups.
Obedience and endurance of all discomfort. These are the cornerstones and succor of our order, which on this day shall become your own. Suscipe me, Domine, secundum eloquium tuum, et vivam, et non confundas me ab expectatione mea.
Well, I'm not going to I'm not going to give away anything. But I'm not going to drag it out. Let's put it that way.
In loquium tuum vivam.
We will rock you.
Confundas me ab expectatione me.
Oh, he's not happy.
Accept your new name, Brother Gregor, and wear it with honor. Welcome, brother.
It does, doesn't it?
Welcome, brother. I am Antonius, a novice like you. I've been instructed to guide you around the monastery and tell you what you can expect and what your duties will be.
Thanks for helping me out during the ceremony. I had no idea what I was supposed to do.
You don't know Latin, do you? Don't worry. Work in the scriptorium will teach you fast enough. Why exactly are you here? Was it your choice? Or did someone force you to come?
Well, I'm going to bring up the contrast a little bit because there's a lot of dark parts that I can't see very well in the low light.
Spending my days in taverns and my nights with whores.
I don't envy you. Unfortunately, you're here for the rest of your life.
Would you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a novice and I'm here because I'd make a poor merchant. I like books and I want an education. Although I must say, so far the monastic life's been quite unexpected.
Let's go then.
Good. But before we do, here's a letter directly from the prior telling you all your regular duties from tomorrow onwards. Make sure to read it this evening, so you know how things work. Right, we can go now. Follow me closely. I'll explain everything as we go.
Alright, need to get my bearings with this place, because...
Remember one word. Discipline. It's your job to work and pray.
A lot of the corridors look the same in this fucking building.
Your own bodily needs.
Peace be with you, brother.
Praise be to our Lord Jesus.
Alright, so that's there.
This is the way to the dormitory, where we all sleep. You'll find a free bed there, which is now yours. Do you know
I ain't
the
paying
first thing
for it.
the monastery taught me? To appreciate sleep. We rise before dawn every day. Takes a bit of getting used to.
Lovely weather. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit overexposed in the daylight, but I need it for the nighttime parts of the mission.
For silent contemplation and
Brigands are like
meditation.
weeds. Burn them down, and they just
Centuries
sprout
ago,
up somewhere else.
this monastery was founded by the most esteemed of brothers.
He used to
Saint
change his
Jacob.
robes. Look at him, he's fucking filthy.
His earthly remains can be found in a cave under the monastery, and his spirit wanders the corridors at night, punishing any misbehaving novices. So beware. Here are the frattery and scriptorium, together with the library. These are the places where we work. Ora et labora. Pray and work.
Yeah.
As a novice, you must always listen to your superior brethren. And above us monks are the prior and the cicatas, who punish every infraction. You'll know them by the canes they carry. Do what they say.
Oh, shit. Yeah, he needs a washing machine, man. Seriously, look at the state of him.
This is the refectory, where we come together to eat. During meals, you must be silent. Only one brother reads aloud from the rule of Saint Benedict.
The rule is the only law we recognize, with the exception of those from God himself. If you break any of its precepts, expect a swift punishment. But I've already told you about the circuitous.
The library.
The library, the pride of our monastery, a trove of learning.
Yeah, it's not exactly what you call a fun place, really, is it?
We also copy them. You too will learn how.
Right.
And that's all. Today you are still free from duty, but tomorrow you begin work like the others. If you need anything, ask any of the brothers. We'll be glad to help you. And I recommend you get to know the other novices. You already know me. Then there is Siskin, Yodok, and Lucas.
Thanks for showing me around. There's a lot to learn here. I need to make a confession.
I'm no priest, but tell me what you've done. It's probably nothing to worry about.
I'm here in the monastery looking for a thief. He had a hand in burning down the Neuhof stud.
You don't say.
I do.
And who are you to take such an interest?
Someone whose job it is to investigate the case, find the perpetrators and make sure they get the punishment they deserve.
Punishment? Do you intend to punish them here, in the monastery?
I don't know yet. I'm still just on their trail. Perhaps you could help me find him?
The missing thief? If I knew anything, I'd tell you, but I suppose it must be one of the novices. I've only recently heard about the Neuhof incident, and all the other brethren have been here much longer than that.
I know. Aside from me, there are only 4 novices, but still, I don't know which one he could be.
3? Please, leave me out of it. And you're right that it could be any one of them. No one knows anything about Lucas. Siskin might be a lot of things, but a monk isn't one of them. And Yodok is a slimy worm. It wouldn't surprise me if he was behind that massacre. Actually, the more I think about it, the less I like that Yodok. He's a treacherous rat who'd do anything to get in someone's good books. The thought of Yodok at Neuhof sends chills up my spine.
Maybe you're right. It's not a pretty thought. Thanks for your help, and please don't say a word to anyone.
Don't fret, my friend. Your secrets are locked inside my lips.
Right. Let's get on with the story. Is that the church? Yeah, it is, yeah. Right, okay, let's get going. Let's move on with the quest. This is the only way you can save now, is in the bed, because obviously you don't have the save your schnapps. Alright, so I want to sleep until just before midnight. The good thing is I've got to save, so that if I screw this up I can actually go back and reload it. Right, you'll see why I've turned the brightness up now. But once I've done the done this quest, I'll put the brightness back down to normal again, because normally I'll just use my torch. Right, here we go. Alright, anyone who's played this before, you know what I'm doing. Don't give it away. I still can't see a bloody thing. It's around here somewhere. Thing is, I've got to get. Oh, there it is. There it is. Got it. Got it. Got the key. The monastery key. That's what I came in here for. Now that's done. Oh, I do apologise if it's very dark, but it's just, yeah, it is what it is. Right. Now this is pretty much where I got to earlier, Bruce, where you kind of joined the stream. Now this isn't part of the main quest, and I can avoid doing this, but this is just optional. I choose to do this because it kind of helps.
You've seen us drinking here, so either join in or swear you won't tell a soul. You wouldn't want to end up like Lucas now, would you?
All right. I wouldn't mind some wine.
That's more like it. Sit down and have a drink, my lad.
Jesus Christ.
Salve. Be well.
Quite right, brother. Just sit down and drink with us. When the wine runs out, Yurek will fetch more. What is it, brother?
What are you doing here?
What does it look like? Drinking.
But we're all monks.
Youngster, when you're as old as I, you'll understand.
But you're the cicators. You're the ones meant to be keeping order here. How can gambling and drinking be a fitting part of a monk's life?
If you really want to know, see for yourself.
All right. Have it your way.
I'll say one thing, brother. This wine would grace the Pope's...
What is it, brother?
You mentioned Yodok. What does he do for you?
Well, nothing much. He's just a little suckling like you. He'll do whatever it takes to stay on our good side. Sometimes we make use of him when there are errands to run.
That sounds a bit rapey, doesn't it?
Where'd you get the wine from? I thought the monastery cellars were guarded.
So they are. But this wine isn't from the monastery. Listen, lad, would you help us out with something? This cask is almost empty and we need a new one. We're a bit old for such exertions, but you, on the other hand...
I'll help you. What do I need to do?
Ha! I knew it! Help Novice Yorick arrange for a new cask. Talk to him first thing in the morning, and by tomorrow night, the cask can be on the table.
All right, I'll talk to him. Let's drink.
That's the idea. And what should we drink to?
How about to the abbot?
To the abbot it is. But wait a minute, lad. Which one?
To Abbot John.
That's more like it.
I'd like to ask you something about the monastery. Who's in charge of things around here?
Oh, Abbot Peter is the administrator of the monastery, but you won't see him. He's always travelling on top of that, he's old and infirm. Perhaps the good Lord will bless him with many more years of life.
And what happens when the old abbot dies?
Well, then we elect a new one.
Tell me something about life here.
Prayer, work, obedience. That just about sums it up.
Can you tell me something about the rule of St. Benedict?
7 centuries ago, St. Benedict of Nursia wrote a collection of monastic rules, which we still follow today. They're read at every meal. The fundamental precepts
here comes the porn bots
obedience,
of YouTube.
work, and prayer. We're fully devoted to serving God. The outside world, beyond the monastery walls, is foreign to us.
Do you never want to know what's going on out there?
And what should be going on? The sky is just as blue, the grass is just as green. Perhaps the rulers changed, but the greatest ruler of them all will remain unchanged throughout the ages.
I'm interested in the monastery's history.
Well, it was founded by Saint Procopius 500 years ago. After his death, heretics occupied the place for some time. But then the order was restored and the brothers of the true faith returned.
Heretics, you say?
They wanted to worship God with some foreign rituals, in a language foreign to God. They were driven away, and their books burnt.
What are the roles of the various monks here?
Here now. Then there's the prior, the sub-prior, the librarian, the porter, many others. As a novice, you should be particularly mindful of the cicatas. They're the ones who maintain discipline and punish bad behavior.
Naughty.
What can you tell me about the novices here?
And what can I say? You're here to demonstrate your devotion to God and to live a monastic life. After a year, you can make your vows and become a fully fledged brother.
I meant something specific about the brothers that are here.
But you know them yourself. Yorick is an odd one, but he's diligent and eager, perhaps too eager. Siskin is good company, but a bit too worldly for a monk. Antonius is hard-working and will help with anything, but prays less than he ought. Lucas is as quiet as a mouse, and no one knows much about him. And then we have you, about who I know nothing.
Right.
I'll be going, brothers. It's been good to sit with you a while.
Do us a favour, brother. Stay a little longer and have another drink with us. Here, some wine for you.
Oh, all right, but that's the last cup. I'll be going, brothers. It's been good to sit with you a while.
Do us a favour, brother. Stay a little longer and have another drink with us. Here, some wine for you.
Oh, all right, but that's the last cup.
I'll say one thing, brother. This wine would grace the Pope's table.
I'm not...
Gregor, talk to me.
Let's drink.
That's the idea. And what should we drink to?
How about to the abbot?
We've done this a bit already.
To the abbot it is. But wait a minute, lad. Which one?
To Abbot John.
That's more like it.
Right, let's get up now.
I'll say one thing, brother. This wine would grace the Pope's table.
I'm not so sure.
Right, now I'm drunk. Oh, fuck, how do I get out of here? Oh, I can't see shit. Where's the stairs? Even with the brightness up, I cannot see a bloody thing. Is it this way? Ah. There we go. Right, okay. Go back to sleep till 4 in the morning. Right, first part is done. I'll be able to lower the brightness in a minute. It's the time when all the monks wake up. 4 in the morning. Right, let's just wait for the prompt. All the monks should start wanking up in a minute. Actually, no. Let's just go. Let's go down. There we go. Right, I'm just going to go get myself another can because I'm going to fast forward time again till 6. Right, so far so good. Day 1 is out the way. Right. Actually, let's turn off the brightness bullshit. There we go. I'll turn it back on when we have to do the night bit again. It's basically all just standing in the church praying for like 2 hours. Like, imagine just standing there 2 hours just fucking praying every morning. Now, I'm not a religious person, so that would actually do my absolute nutting. But I even think for people that are religious, I'd imagine that must do their heads in as well. Right, just got to wait for the prompt now. Actually, I think I do need to turn that one back on. That's it. Right, everyone's moving forward. It should be breakfast time. Eat with the others. Here we go. What the hell?
As soon as they begin to appear. Remembering the fate of Heli, the priest of Sila. The well-disposed and those of good understanding, let him correct with verbal admonition the first and second time. But bold, hard, proud, and disobedient characters he should curb at the very beginning of their ill-doing by stripes and other bodily punishments, knowing that it is written, the fool is not corrected with words. And again,
right, while it's doing this, I'm going to try and see if I can mess around with the brightness settings and just see if I can get the
rule of Saint Benedict,
get this to look a little bit better.
spirit of silence. Let us do what the prophet says. I said, I will guard my ways, that I may not sin with my tongue. I have set a guard to my mouth. I was mute and was humble.
That's better.
Kept silence even from good things. Here the prophet shows that if the spirit of silence ought to lead us at times to refrain even
Yeah.
from good speech.
Yeah, I can see a bit better now.
Much the more ought the punishment for sin make us avoid evil words. Therefore, since the spirit of silence so
I can lower that down if I need to shortly.
should rarely be
Right, let's fast forward to 8 o'clock. Everything's going well. And just keep eating until... There we go.
such conversation not permit a disciple to open his mouth.
Right. There we go, everything's going well. If you hadn't noticed, he's just been poisoned.
You've got a strong constitution. Anyone else would have certainly died.
What happened?
Let me tell you a little story. Once upon a time, there was a young boy. He was lost and miserable. He had no future. He was tempted by his friends into doing some foolish things, but he wasn't truly bad, because when it came down to it, he ran away rather than keep doing foolish deeds. His former friends didn't take kindly to that, though, and wanted to punish him. So they sent a hunting dog to find him and rip his throat. The boy wasn't stupid, though, and he knew that the hound was coming. He poisoned some food, and when the hound showed up, he gave it to him. He didn't expect the beast to live, but it did. And all of a sudden, the boy was sorry for what he tried to do. So he offered to make a bargain with the hound.
I think I understand you. But the beast would need to know what deal he's being offered.
You know, we're both pawns in someone else's game. They have plans for us, but we don't have to let them use us. We can just forget all about it and go our own way. I was a bandit, and I was at Nyhoff. I've robbed and stolen, but I swear to God I've never in my life slain innocent people. What I saw at Nyhoff made me realize my life was worth shit, but I still had a chance to change for the better. Here in the monastery I've had plenty of time to think things over, but then you showed up.
So he's
fucked it all up.
Prios. Or
So the
Pios, whatever his name is.
evildoer changes his ways and finds God. What exactly are you proposing?
Both of us can leave this place. You can go back to your people, and I can go somewhere where I can live out my life in peace, and no one will try to kill me. If we work together, we can both get what we want.
You're right. But the people who sent me will find out if I don't kill you.
They won't if we're clever about it. No one has to die. Before we make a run for it, we'll make it look like someone's killed me. Loads of blood, a tattered scrap of my habit, and footprints leading towards the river. No one will bother looking for my body there. There we'll split up. You go for your bounty, and I'll get as far away from here as I can.
Good. Let's do it your way.
Good. I'm glad that despite our initial discord, we could reach an agreement. Here, take something to calm your stomach. Now we'll need the keys to the monastery and some blood to make the tracks.
What are you going to do?
I need to get ready for a long journey. Prepare supplies, get some normal clothing somehow, that sort of thing. You can escape in that habit, but I need to vanish as fast as I can.
What do I need the keys to the monastery for?
How else will we get out? This place is practically a prison.
Do you mean these keys?
What?
Already got
I'm
them.
not going to ask you how you got your hands on those, you devious lad.
And where am I supposed to get my hands on blood in a monastery?
You'll find a parchment in the kitchen with a list of ingredients on it, all the things they're ordering. Add blood for making soup to the list. And when it's delivered the next day, take it before anyone notices it's even come.
All right, that's everything I need to know. I can get started.
Excellent. Come and see me once you have everything. And try to be as fast as you can.
Oh,
and Gregor.
I will be.
Thank you.
Alright, let's get rid of the poison. Alright, let's get down and do the boring things now. This is the reason. Oh.
Brother, what are you doing here? Shouldn't you be working somewhere? Idle hands are the devil's workshop.
That's where I was going.
Come now, brother. Aren't we friends?
Couldn't you just turn a blind eye this one time? For me?
This time I'll look the other way. But next time you won't get out of being punished.
I'm Gregor and I'm new here.
I know. I saw you in the church during ceremony. I have the feeling we'll be meeting again soon, and often. You see, I'm the circator.
What does that mean?
I make sure everyone observes the rule, does their work, and that everything's the way it should be.
And when it's not the way it should be?
Then we're authorized to mete out punishment. But certainly you won't require correction, will you, brother?
I was literally off to go to the class anyway. Right. Well, if I was able to get here, it's things like that that make this quest annoying, because you keep on getting stopped all the time whenever you're kind of wandering around.
I'm Gregor, a novice.
I know. I saw you at the ceremony. My name is Nebulus, and I'm the provost here. I'm in charge of the monastery's property, as well as handling trade with the outside world.
That means you get to leave the monastery?
No, not at all. I just write lists and send them out.
I'm here to work.
Excellent. I've been waiting for you. There's the alchemist's laboratory. You'll find ingredients in the chests next to it. Today's task, 2 cockerel potions. Once you finish them, you'll find me somewhere nearby. Don't forget to let me know when you're done so I can check them.
It's a good thing that I've memorised most of these potions, so that I should be able to do it automatically. Right, he wants cockerel. Auto brew. That was quick.
What would you like?
I've finished my work.
Show me what you've made. Spectacular, Gregor. You've found your talent. Soon enough, you'll be teaching the other novices.
But yeah, you can't make savoury schnapps though. Right. Now I need to fast forward now to 12 o'clock. And then go to the library. Now, as you can imagine, if you don't know what you're doing and you've never done this mission before, this can be an absolute fucking nightmare, because you have no idea what to do, and you're wandering around, keep getting caught all the time by all the other monks, and it's just a nightmare. But now that I've done it a few times, and I've also got my little guide, I just need to wait for the prompt. There we go, that's the one. Now to the library to do my second part of work for the day. Where is he? The librarian. That's what. There we go. Cyril.
Ah, Gregor. Talk to me.
I'm here to work.
Good. This is most likely the first time you've ever done this in your life. But it's easier than you think. Just a bit of practice and learning Latin. Here's the original, and here are the blank parchments on which you'll copy what you read in the original. Is that clear? Then you may begin, and try not to make a mess of it.
Oh, fair enough. You haven't really missed anything. Right. It's going to kick off because I haven't done this properly. But it doesn't matter.
You call that a copy? You've completely ruined the parchment with your scribbling.
Right. On to 4 o'clock. This is where it gets a little bit risky, because I've got to do a bit more sneaking around in the daytime now. Yay, here we go. Go to church and pray for another 2 hours, because that's how these bad boys roll. Here we go, here's the risky bit now.
Be granted even to perfect disciples, even though it be for good.
Done it.
Speaking and teaching belong to the Master, and the disciples' part is to be silent and listen. And for that reason, if anything has to be asked of the superior, it should be asked with all the humility.
Basically, I've just put an order on that piece of on that sheet in the kitchen.
But as for coarse jests and idle words or words that move to laughter, these we condemn everywhere with a perpetual bat. For such conversation we do not permit a disciple to open his mouth. The rule of Saint Benedict.
Right, we're nearly there. That's it. That's day 2 done.
Who sees that his heart is murmuring, and far from being a reward for such work as this, he will incur the punishment due to murmurers, unless he amend anything satisfactory.
Oh no, wrong one. Yeah, there's a lot of other things you can do in the night time, and there's a lot more extended quests to do, but none of them are really important, and to be fair, they're not worth the hassle.
Peace be with you, brother.
the prompt again. That's the thing, if you do anything before you're supposed to, you'll end up getting caught. There we go. Yeah, there is actually a way you can go through this, and you literally go around and just murder every one of the monks, like literally just kill them all, just so that you can complete the mission of killing Pius. So yeah, you can do it that way, but it's not recommended because it causes no end of problems afterwards. But imagine doing this for the first time and you don't know what you're doing, and you're basically trying to figure it out yourself. You're trying to find out which one of the new monks is Pius, and getting to do all this stuff and sneaking around without being seen, and all these other quests. It's an absolute nightmare. But like I said, some people actually love doing this quest. Come on, I need to... There we go. That's what I wanted, the prompt. Right, here we go again. Right, so if I don't get seen. Got it. Now I need to find Pius and tell him that I've got the blood. He should be... It's not him. There he is.
What do you desire, Brother Gregor?
I have everything we need for the escape.
Excellent. Straight after Vespers, we'll meet in the dormitory. We'll have to get it all done before the monks have finished dinner.
What exactly is your plan? And why can't we do it at night?
We're going to prepare a little riddle they'll never solve. And why at mealtime? Because we need the dormitory as well as the church to be empty. Then at night we'll escape. Do you follow? Take everything with you, and don't forget the keys.
Good. Once evening mass ends, I'll be in the dormitory.
So, I've got to do all the other classroom stuff. Again.
But bold, hard, proud and disobedient characters you should curb at the very beginning of their ill-doing by stripes and...
It's actually going very, very well.
Knowing that it is written, the fool is not
with
words.
Be well.
And again, beat your son with the rod, and you will deliver his soul from death.
Now, I've done this quest an even quicker way than this one. I literally just went in there and just like murdered him when he was giving me the tour. It was just because I didn't want to go through all this bullshit. But obviously, the one of the other monks saw me, and it all kicked off. The other time, I tried to do it when he was asleep.
Let him not love one more than another.
You know, when all the monks are asleep and that, you just murder him in his bed.
Or in obedience.
That's the other way of doing it.
What troubles you?
I'm here to work.
Excellent. I've been waiting for you. There's the alchemist's laboratory. You'll find ingredients in the chests next to it. I want you to prepare 2 marigold decoctions. Once you finish them, you'll find me somewhere nearby. Don't forget to let me know when you're done so I can check them.
2 marigold. We can do that. Yeah, you can't make savoury schnapps because you don't have the ingredients for it. Damn it, I haven't made this one before. Oh. Right, it's... Okay, right, so we have 2 marigold and 1 nettle. Alright. Water, a handful of nettles. Drop the nettle in the water and cook for 1 turn. Right, so water. Drop the marigold, but don't boil it anymore. Right. So 2 marigold and no boil. There we go. Right. That's that done. Yeah, I don't think I've actually brewed marigold before because it's not one of the potions that I normally use. But I can add that list to one of my potions that I can auto brew now.
I've finished my work.
Show me what you've made. Spectacular, Gregor. You've found your talent. Soon enough, you'll be teaching the other novices.
Up to the library again. You see why this is so tedious. Because you only have a limited amount of time for you to sneak around and do stuff. Because you've got to be in places all the time, like doing monk stuff. And if you get caught, you keep getting punished all the time. Come on, give me the prompt. There we go. There's actually a book in there.
In that cabinet.
Yeah, I literally just mentioned it. There's a book in there that's like a black magic book, and I've never managed to get it yet. It's so hard to get hold of.
Talk to me, brother.
I'm here to work.
Excellent. I've been waiting for you.
I also didn't ask about getting that cask of wine as well for the old boys. Fuck them, they can get it themselves. Let's do it properly. I think I might have got that right this time. Alright, let's see if my Latin's any good.
My boy, what have you done? This is a disaster.
Maybe not. Right, 1600 for prayer, and at 6 o'clock we make our escape. And this whole quest is done the quickest, most effective way with the decent outcome as well. Because there's also, you get different achievements for doing it different ways. If you do the Henry Night Stalker thing and just slaughter everybody, you can imagine it doesn't go very well. The reputation drops badly and you spend time in jail, I think, for killing everyone. Here we go. Eat with the others. Here we go. Right, so I'm not going to go back to eat with everybody.
Praise be to God. For a moment there I was worried you weren't coming. Give me that blood. This is the exact spot where you pushed me off the gallery.
Very quickly. Some people have actually been stuck in this monastery for like weeks because they couldn't figure out how to get through it. Imagine doing this tedious shit every single fucking day until you figure out how to get through the quest.
And here's where you dragged my lifeless body.
Yeah, exactly. My fucking dog's sticking out the door there. We're free.
Thank you for helping
It's
me
over.
out. Now we must each go our own way.
Well, I can't just let you leave. You're a criminal.
What are you on about? Did you really help me escape just to betray me?
I'm truly sorry. But you were there at the Neuhoff massacre, and you're a valuable witness. I'm taking you to the bailiff.
Gregor, you can't be serious. I thought I won't be taken anywhere. I'd rather die than lose my freedom. You'll get what's for.
And now we're off to the bailiff.
Now you can kill him because that's basically what the quest is for you to do. But Sir Radzig told you not to kill him; that he wants you to keep him alive. So this gives you the noble achievement for getting him out and not killing him. But yeah, it's over. And this is one of the playthroughs that I've not done before. All the ones I've done, he's always ended up being killed. There's actually a way of doing it where you don't even go into the monastery at all. You just go up to the top of the tower and you just shoot him with an arrow. And then you just jump into the courtyard, pick up the die and then run out through the door. And you completely avoid the whole quest. But by doing that, you kind of already have to know who he is first anyway, so you'd have already done a playthrough of that to know which one to shoot. Unless you want to go full Henry and just go in and just kill everybody, but as we know, they end up calling the guards and it gets a bit messy. I don't think you can kill him in his sleep either.
This is one of the men who raised Neuhoff. He should be able to tell you something useful. But I need to ask a favour. I need you to keep him out of sight so his accomplices don't know he's been caught.
Fine work, and I'll do as you say. I'll find a deep, dark hiding place where no one will hear me interrogate him. And while we're at it, I'll have your things brought here. Wait here a while.
What happened to your vow?
Hey, all done. Oh, and I can see again. Right, let's sort out the brightness because it's a little bit crazy. That is. There we go. That was only just to help with the dark parts of the game. Right, let's go back into my normal Henry outfit because I don't really want to be wearing that again. That is getting thrown on the floor. There we go, Henry is back. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. That's it. Everything's all set up again as it was before. The die is cast. Go to the agreed place by... did I get what I needed from him? I should have his die. Well, that can go away. What the hell? Where's all this food come from?
How are you, Henry?
Goodbye. He's still locked up. Right, what's the mission say? Go to... Yeah, so I must have the die then. Oh, I can still help out Johanka with all the stuff that I had to do before I went into the monastery as well, which is good. Oh, so glad to be out of there. And we are back to normality again.
With salt, caraway seeds, garlic, and more. Nowhere else.
You have this game on Steam but never played. Well, there's obviously going to be some spoilers then in that case. Because I'm quite far into the game, you see. Alright, let's come back up here. Well, that wasn't so bad, was it? Yeah, I mean, it is very tedious, but that was the quick way of doing it, and nothing really went wrong at all. Everything went according to plan. But that's one of many ways of doing the monastery mission. There's about, like I said, there's about 5 or 6 different ways, and there's extra additional quests to do while you're in there as well. But if you want to do them, you end up getting stuck there for a few more days, and that's having to do all those prayers, breakfast, going into you know, doing all your classroom stuff and all that other bullshit, you know, and it's just not worth it. I mean, it is to kind of like, you know, see all the expanded story stuff, but you really kind of have to be in the mood to do the whole thing. I might get that deer meat for Johanka while I'm out and about. Oh, and there's my dog as well. He probably needs feeding.
There's the good doggy. That's my boy. Look what I've got for you. You'll love this.
But you won't. I have no idea where all the other food came from. Where's my horse? Oh, where he is. So I say, don't say I lost a bloody horse. Well, this is handy because there's deer right here. Let's wait until morning because it is quite dark. And I'd rather do it in the daytime where I can see what I'm doing. I mean, I could drink one of those eye bright potions so I can see in the dark, but it kind of fades out very quickly. So yeah, so Bruce, if you ever do get this game, you now know how to do the monastery mission. You can also see why a lot of people hate it. But then there's a lot of people that love it as well. So
yeah.
Also found out that my horse follows the path that you're on. I'm not even pressing anything, and the horse is just following the road. So the horse is like pretty much GPS. But I do need to go this way, so we're gonna have to kind of go off the across this river. Ooh. Pile of stones. I wonder if there's anything hidden there. Sometimes you find things hidden in like very kind of odd rock formations like this.
Yeah.
This looks like the place they were talking about.
I'm not going to do that just yet, because I want to hunt the deer first for Johanka. Right, how close am I to the deer spot? Oh, I've gone right to where I'm supposed to meet them. Let's get out the area. Still very dark though. Let's see if I can bring this up a bit more. So I don't want to... That looks a little bit better. I mean the bloom, actually you know what, I think the bloom can go. That's a bit too overpowering. There we go. There we go, it looks a lot brighter now, I can see what I'm doing. Aha! Oh shit, that's actually a bit too... Oh, I'm just trying to get the balance right. See if this changes it. I really think I'm buggering this up a bit now, aren't I? Thing is, the menu's going to look really shit. Right, anyway. That's not too bad. I mean, it's still a little bit. Right, that'll have to do. Yeah, well, that's not too bad. That's a little bit more bearable. Right, let's go to Johanka. Actually, no. While we're here, let's go sort these boys out. Light a fire as a signal to the bandits. Right, let's put that food on my horse so that I'm not overloaded. Actually, let's get rid of this as well. There we go. Right, so where am I supposed to light this fire then? Ah, is it? There we go.
Morning, sunshine. Hope we didn't wake you.
Kurva! Did you have to sneak up on me like thieves?
We are thieves. Besides, we had to make sure you weren't followed, or trying to lead us into a trap. But enough of this chit-chat. Let's get down to business. We heard there was some trouble at the monastery. Question is, was it the right sort? Did you do that job we agreed?
Do you think I'd be sitting here if I didn't do it?
How should I know? The world's full of idiots.
It's done.
You've got proof?
Oh, I didn't get the dye off him, did I?
I didn't find anything unusual on him except for a lot of coin.
I'd say that's unusual for a monk, wouldn't you?
Well...
Have you got it on you?
Yeah.
Great. Since that's the money we paid the bastard for a job he didn't do, I'll have it back.
Sure. Here you are.
Well, I never. Honest to God, Groshen. What are you so glum about? You didn't think I'd let you keep it, did you? Here's your share for the work you did. Not a groschen more.
What now?
What now? You did your job. Welcome. We need people like you.
But what do you need people like me to do?
I'm just the crimp. All I do is recruit. Now you get to go to our camp and find out everything you need to know.
Where?
Are you seriously telling me you didn't notice the camp? Not too observant, are you? Well, there's a hill above Sasau, and on top there's an old abandoned fort. Only it's not as abandoned as it used to be. That's where the camp is.
Ah.
Go there and report to a fellow by the name of Eric. Tell him Kozliak sent me.
And they'll let me in just like that?
Good point. I almost forgot. Show this to them. It's our sign.
That's all?
That's all. You'll learn everything you need to know at Vranik. And hurry up. I've got a feeling there's something being planned.
Right, let's go help out Johanka and get her little quest bit finished. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a chest or something hidden in the in there somewhere. Go on, horse. Oh, it's very steep, isn't it? Alright, let's go through this door. I mean, Henry's still like really fat from his constant eating at the monastery. I think I've got a potion to get rid of that. Oh. Oh, it's up here, that's why. There she is.
God be with you, Henry.
I brought some meat.
Thank you, Henry. Rich food will definitely help.
It's all stolen, but there we go.
One of the sick men, Semek, is complaining about pain and the fact he can't work. He says he...
Semek? Is he one of our people?
No, he's a construction worker. He's bruised and confined to...
Henry, for God's sake, our neighbours are dying here. You're friends. There isn't time to waste on some construction worker's bruises. Oh, honestly, what were you thinking?
Listen, all I need to find out is the name of a herb.
Then go and look it up in a book. You've got your own herbarium, haven't you?
That custodian Sebastian is really obnoxious.
He can be unpleasant, but in his own way. I don't know.
You can't be serious.
What's that supposed to mean? At least he was here, unlike you, the whole time. And anyway, mind your own business. God be with you.
Right, where's this herbarium then? See, 'cause I swear I checked these out before. Yeah, I think it is the time of the month for her, isn't it? Oh, hold on, is this it? Scabies and growths of the skin. Fleas. Warts. I think that really kind of solved the problem though.
Thank you.
See what he's got to trade. Said it was a purple flower. Let's see if there's any purple ones around here. Just take a couple of them. Oh. See, those are the only two books I've managed to read.
I can't. I just can't.
What are the... Hopefully I have what you need.
I'll just go through any of the purple ones that I've got.
Thank you. With any luck, I'll soon be feeling better. If you find the time, stop by to see me in a few days. Take care now.
Oh, it was the right one. Right, that should be... There you go, that should be it. So she can carry on with her rag week.
For the love of God, what have you been doing?
How are the sick and wounded faring? I don't think there's anything more I can do for them.
I know, and you helped the best you could.
Her attitude
All
changed.
we can do now is pray for the souls of the departed. God be with you.
Right, that's her done. Right, now we can go back to Radzig. Oh, I keep pressing the wrong button. Ooh, new DLC quest. What's this? I might come back to that. So that's Vranik. That's where we've got to go to do the main mission there. But I think... yeah, let's speak to Radzig first. See what that DLC quest is all about. get the feeling he's not going to be standing here when I arrive here. He's probably walking back to his castle, I'd imagine. I still need to find a cobbler though to repair my shoes. I keep meaning to do that. I keep forgetting to do that because I get distracted with so many other things that are going on in this game. Because as you probably noticed, once you start picking up a load of side quests, everything else goes out the window. It's a little bit like Skyrim in that sense. Remember, like Skyrim, you try and do a main quest, and like along the way, you end up picking like shit tons of side quests, and you never get anything done. But I'm interested to see what that DLC quest is that's popped up, because that wasn't there before. But ever since I've done the Monastery mission, it's now appeared. Well, that's another thing, Bruce. Did you watch those YouTube videos I sent you, the interviews with all the cast of the game? Oh, he's still around here. That's fair enough.
Sir, I have news, and I'm sorry to say it's nothing good.
After everything that's happened, you have even worse news. That's almost impressive.
I'm afraid so. It's going to happen again, and on an even bigger scale.
You're full of good cheer, aren't you? What exactly will happen?
It seems the Pribyslavitz encampment was just the start, and they're far from defeated.
How did you find out?
I found a recruiting agent who works for them, and let him recruit me.
Ah, God's holy hat! You never cease to surprise me, lad.
And what did you find out?
They have another much bigger encampment in Vranyk near to Sasau.
What do those bastards want? And who the hell are they?
To hurt us? Conquer the region? I'm not sure yet, but I can find out.
How?
I'm one of them now. I have their secret sign. I know where their camp is. All I have to do is go and take a look.
That's out of the question. It's too risky.
Sire, compared to everything I went through to get this, it will be child's play. I already passed their test. They trust me.
Then we'll have to attack them before things get out of hand. Ideally, right now, when they're not expecting us. Once we catch that mangy little shit, we can ask him nicely what he wants. But then again, before we attack, it would be useful to have a spy go and scout out how many of them there are and what they're up to.
I don't want you to take any unnecessary risks.
It's much less risky than our raid on Pribyslavitz.
All right then, Hal. Go there and find out how many of them there are, and what their plans are, whatever you can. But don't stick your neck out too far.
Yes, sir.
Godspeed, lad.
Yay. The life of a nobleman, just sitting around at a fucking table all the time drinking ale. Right, is there a cobbler in this town? I don't think there is. Yes, there is. There is. Right, let's get my shoes fixed. Go on, Henry, sprint. There's an innkeeper.
God be with you. Farewell.
wonder if I can hire a...
Mother of God, you look like you've been assaulted. Goodbye.
Yes. I probably need to get Teresa to sort me out.
Sigismund took everything I had. The godless beast. Have some compassion.
Oh, there we go. It's right up here. Not sure if that's going to fix my my wounds. Don't even know how I got them to be. Oh yes, I do. When I had that fight with Prius or Pius, whatever his name is.
Is something the matter?
Here we go.
God save you. What can I do for you?
I need my shoes fixed. Might as well buy a cobbler kit as well while I'm at it, because that way I won't have to keep coming back for him. There we go. Sorted. Right. Back on the quest. I'm going to find out what that DLC quest is. Yeah, I'm not going to keep doing the tourney every time it comes around. I've done it about 3-4 times already. Whatever it is, it's in here. Oh no, it's not. No, it's not. It's your hanker.
How are you getting on?
Oh, better. A little, at least. There's less wounded than there was. Some got better. But there are more and more people in need of treatment. Someone gets kicked by a horse, someone eats something bad, another can't sleep or has the ague. Everyone's got a problem, and it feels like I'm the only one in the whole world who's able to help them. And Matthias. He worries me most of all. Brother Nicodemus helped me to move him here after what happened in Merhoyed. But he's still lying in a fever, and nothing
It's
seems
massive.
to help.
Sorry to hear it. To be honest, you look all done in.
This game is huge.
I know.
It's
I'm
about
constantly on my feet.
probably about
and
as
when
big
I
as
get a chance to
Skyrim.
rest for a while, I don't sleep well. I keep having peculiar dreams.
in terms
and
of story, at
waking
least.
up.
Anyway,
I get up in the morning, feeling like I haven't slept at all.
and it's also based on a true story. This whole location is real. There's even all these castles that I've been to in this. They're still standing now. You can actually visit them, and a lot of the people in this story are real people that actually did stuff in the I think it was 1403. This game set. Well, this time is set rather. All right, let's see what this is all about.
What do you mean? Peculiar dreams?
The same one, over and over. In it, the Virgin Mary appears to me.
The Blessed Virgin? Really?
Yeah, if you go on
Really?
Google Street View, you can actually get a tour of
Just
the place
like in
as well, all
painting
the
over
castles.
the altar in Sasau Church. I always dream that I'm back in Scarlet's again. Like before. Before everything.
I understand.
I'm standing at the foot of the hill with the
Well,
castle.
I'm playing with
behind
quite a
me,
lot of mods.
by the walkway leading to the ore
I'm using the
washing
Nexus
tanks
mod
near the
system
woods.
to get a lot
Uncle
of
used to
things
work there.
running in the background to enhance the
I'm
game a
bringing
bit
him
more.
some food, going towards the pond. Then everything suddenly goes dark. I carry on uphill, along the stone channel up to the mouth of a huge cave. I go inside and the darkness surrounds me. But I keep going, and then I see sitting there in the dark
Who? Who do you see?
the devil. He scowls at me with these horrible eyes. Then everything becomes engulfed in flames, and I try to flee from them. I run through the cave, but I can't find the way out. I can hear the devil behind me laughing horribly. When I can run no longer, I stop, and the flames catch up with me, and then
She's been eating too many mushrooms.
I die. Then I wake up, still feeling the heat of the flames, and I
No,
can't get back to
because
sleep
it's
again.
it's not
All I
like a
can do
character
is
creator,
kneel
because
by
obviously
my
it's
bed
based
and
on real
pray
people. So
until morning.
I'll bring something up in a minute once this conversation's done, and I'll show you something.
about the Virgin Mary?
Yes, she's always there with me until it goes dark. She goes to the cave with me, but
Hang on.
she doesn't go inside.
And you have that same dream every night?
Night after night. It started some time ago and it never ends.
Have you told anyone about it?
No. No one at all, except for you.
Skooma.
I was afraid people would think I was losing my mind.
Right. Well, it does sound a bit,
Whack.
mad.
I know. Sometimes I think so myself. But then, when the dream keeps coming back, I think it must mean something.
You're tripping balls, bitch.
You're right. That's no ordinary dream you're talking about.
Exactly. I'm glad you don't think I'm mad. I was thinking,
Oh, one thing to
that
be
maybe
aware
I
of as
should
well
go
is there's
there,
lots of sex
but
in this game as well, and they do show
truth
it.
is, I'm afraid. And anyway, I can't leave here. So, I was wondering, since you're here, whether you wouldn't go there and have a look around for me. You're able to take care of yourself. After all, you've been in battle.
All right. If it means you'll be able to sleep peacefully again. I'll go there, but what exactly do you want me to do there?
I don't know. Just go there and see if there's anything weird there. And then come and tell me.
Of course. Take care of yourself, and I hope things get better. With you and Matthias and everything.
Thanks, Henry.
Right, now that's out of the way, I want to show you something. So we have the codex, and as you can see, the list of all the people that are in this game that were real people. Let's have a look. Charles the Fourth, he's in this. Cumans, yes, the invaders at the time. So they're all spoken about. Just trying to see where is he? Cobbler, Sir Divish. Is that him? Yeah, Sir Divish, the old boy that lives in Talmberg. There he is. No, Radzig. That's Radzig. There he is. He died in 1416. So here you go. This is the story of what happens in this game. Yeah, 1403. This is when it's set. He resided in the castle of Skalitz, where he overthrew the mining of silver. The king was known for his generosity to lower nobles who received high titles for their loyalty. Radzig Kobyla was apparently one of these and probably the king's friend. In 1403, Skalitz was besieged and burnt to the ground by King Sigismund and his Cuman army. That's pretty much what happens right at the beginning of the game. For his service and loyalty, King Wenceslas IV permitted Radzig, that's Racek, to build his own castle at Veseli nad Sasu. Yeah, that's Sasau, yeah. Standing on the site today at Chateau... I can't even pronounce some of these words. But yeah, all these castles are still there now. He was killed in 1416 in a tavern in Kutna Hora by a mob of miners, incited by preachers a year after the burning of Jan Hus. They seized them in the inn where they were staying, cut their bodies into pieces and threw them out into the street, where the mob vigorously stomped on their remains. Oh shit. I've lost where I am now. On the remains, and then went into a merry song about the home of the preacher to be praised for the act as they had been encouraged to commit. This occurred when Rashek was there to collect taxes for the king, which is odd because 6 years earlier he had apparently been a robber knight and soldiers had been dispatched against him as a scourge of the land. Sources are not clear as to why he was later rehabilitated for services to the king. And yeah, Saint Procreus, I've heard that name mentioned a few times in this. Sigismund, yeah, he's the king that basically fucked everything up. Hans Capon, here he is. Bruce, you remember Hans Capon? You know, the very arrogant young lord that you went hunting with. 1388 to 1419. So Hans Capon, the underage son of Jan Shasek. Yeah, that's him. Of Dalba. After the death of his father, his family, the Lord of Lipa, his uncle Jindrich Henry, and his sons Hanush, and his brothers became his guardians. Young Lord did not take possession of Ratai and hereditary estate in Polna until 1412. Soon afterwards, he entered the political life, and he was held positions in the provincial offices. I use some big words in this, but yeah, you might have forgotten about him because he was at the beginning of the game. But we will come back to him shortly. He is actually still in the story later on. After the imprisonment of Master Jan Hus, he signed a petition in his defences, but during the Hussite Wars, he was initially on the side of the League of Lords against the Hussites in I'm butchering these fucking words, but I'm just reading them as I'm saying them. In a few minor battles. In 1419, he took part in a battle against the Hussites in Knin. Apparently due to the influence of his close neighbours Lashek of Kravar of Sternberg, there were no records indicating he took part in the war later. His son was Heinek, yep, that's him, who achieved high office in the Kingdom of Bohemia, becoming Royal Hofmeister and Mincemaster. Henry of Lipa. I'm not going to read too much about that because I'm sure that's you. That's the character that you play. So Hanush of Lipa, yeah, he's the big fat old bearded guy that sits with Radzik all the time. It sounds like a bit of a weasel when he talks. 1415 he died. You got all the popes. Sir Divish of Talmberg. Remember Lady Talmberg, the one that we had a night with as well. So they all seem to die at 1415. They all must have died at the same time. Radzik, Kabbalah. Yeah, I'm not going to read too much about it because obviously, again, it's kind of taking us out of the game. But yeah, all this stuff's in here. All the towns. Explaining about the towns as well. I wonder if it talks about modern day. No. It's all talking about the time of the game set. But yeah, it's all there. And Bruce, you remember the photograph of the this cathedral? This monastery. Yes, they are. And this monastery has scaffolding outside of it right now as well, because there was a picture. Somebody took a picture and put it side by side with the game and the real photograph of this monastery, and they look absolutely identical. Even the bloody the scaffolding's still there. Obviously, it's been this has all been done and completed back in 1403, but the scaffolding has now been put back in for renovations. Obviously, it's just weird that it coincided with when they put scaffolding in this time of the game. Anyway, what was I doing? I was doing a mission for Johanka, wasn't I? Right, let's find this cave. Oh shit! It's going to be right up there, isn't it? And yes, yeah, they are real historic paintings of the real people as well. If you actually go onto, as I said, Google Earth. If you go onto the map of where all this is set. People have literally just completely flooded the area with phrases and sayings from this game, so all the locals are probably wondering what the fuck is going on. But yeah, all these towns, they're all real, and some of them are still standing. So if I had a lot of money and a lot of free time on my hands, I'd love to go visit this place. I think there's a lot of people that play this game that have actually gone to visit the location just to kind of, just to see it. It's in the Czech Republic. I'd love it if they made a Kingdom Come Deliverance, but set in England, back in the time when the Vikings were raiding, all the Saxons and all that sort of thing, when we had all the wars back in around about the same sort of time. That would be awesome. See all the old names like Mercia and Northumbria and all the old names that they were called before. All the separate kingdoms were all joined together to make an England. Because England was never like a whole country on its own back in the old days. It was all broken up into sections, and it was all ruled by its own lords and its own kings. And it wasn't until the Vikings come over and fucked shit up, and they all came together. Actually, let me just quickly Google it because it's got my curiosity now. I'm just going to alt-tab out and quickly Google it. The old England names. It's probably going to come up with no, not original English territory. Tories. There we go. It should come up with something. Oh, here we go. Right, so the Kingdom of England emerged from the gradual unification of the early medieval Anglo-Saxon kingdoms known as the I can't even pronounce that fucking word. So England was East Anglia, Mercia, Northumbria, Kent, Essex, Sussex and Wessex. Each area of England was ruled by its own king. And obviously, when the Vikings came over and literally just completely fucking ruined everything, all the kingdoms literally came together. And I think there was a lot of wars between a lot of the territories as well. And eventually, all the territories were all merged into one big country, and then it was just renamed England. There you go. I love my history. I do love my history. Let's fast forward till the morning because it's too dark to see what I'm doing, and I don't want to get jumped by humans. And yeah, every now and again you'll get me on a history tangent, and I'll just go on and start talking about stuff. I mean, Bruce will remember the time when I was talking about the old saying of you haven't got a pot to piss in, and what the meaning behind that is. It came from literally the old medieval times. People would basically piss in a pot, and they would sell it to the local tanners who would tan clothes. And if you didn't have a pot, you were too poor to have a pot to piss in. And that's where the original saying comes from. Alright, let me change into... Let's change my clothes around a bit. Because I don't know if I'm going to get jumped in this area, so let's take all my posh stuff off. There we go. Right, I'm in my armour now. Because there's always bandits and humans around here. Yeah, I just love. I mean, I watched all the Vikings series. You know, the original Vikings series that was on. Was it the History Channel before? I think it moved over to Netflix in the end. Also watched The Last Kingdom as well, but I kind of found that The Last Kingdom was a very kind of short series. It was more rushed, but Vikings covered a long period of time with a lot of historic people, and they really kind of like gradually put the story up over a long amount of time, which was really good. But yeah, I love watching medieval stuff. I love learning. I mean, it's definitely never a good place to live at the time though, because of obviously like the disease and, you know, the famine and constantly being attacked by bandits, and, you know, war was ravaged across the land all the bloody time. And, you know, the average life expectancy for a healthy person was around about 40 years old, because, you know, we didn't have like, you know, vaccinations and things like that back then, and people were just drinking out the river and getting dysentery, and you know, they weren't the meat wasn't cooked properly. People were just dying from preventable diseases because they just didn't understand how a lot of it worked. Christ, this is a massive area to cover as well. Yeah, not the best time. I mean, this is what makes me laugh when you get people that are complaining about they get it so hard, or they hate the world at the moment because of, I don't know, just like first world problems. Like at the moment, it's all like political, isn't it? You know, the left versus the right, woke, and all that sort of shit, and snowflake. Everyone's bitching about stuff. But imagine living in this time where, you know, you literally die in childbirth. or you just, you know, take a drink out of a river and then you'd end up with dysentery and you end up pissing out your arsehole because all your internal organs just start fucking, you know, shutting down. Is that a person? Oh no, it's a tree stump. I don't know what I'm looking for. I mean, she said there was a cave. Let me see if there's a clue. Talk to Johanka at the infirmary at Sasau Monastery. She's quite exhausted. Apart from having to care for the sick and wounded with little help from anyone, she said that she's also troubled by a repeated nightmare about some cave in the hills above Skalitz. I promised her that I would find this cave and have a look inside. The thing is, there's freaking caves everywhere around here. Look, you got cave there, cave there. I suppose I'm just gonna have to check each one of them, aren't I? Right, I'm not gonna run. I'm just gonna take the horse. It'll be quicker.
Yeah. Right, castle behind me. The footbridge to the pools. This looks like the place Johanka described. What was it she said? I should go to the waterworks.
Is this the waterworks?
Ah, this is where they wash the ore. According to what Johanka said, I should go uphill somewhere here.
What do you mean, that big fucking hill over there? Oh, Henry, he's not the brightest. But then he is a blacksmith's son. But now he's a nobleman because of Sir Radzig. Yeah. Imagine if you went back to the 14th century or 15th century. Yeah, the 13th, 14th century, back in the proper medieval times, and you had a fucking iPhone. You know, I mean, yeah, you couldn't connect to anything because you would have no signal, but imagine if you loaded it up with a load of videos and photographs and games and stuff like that, and you just showed it to a bunch of noblemen or peasants or whatever. You would literally blow their fucking minds. And then you'd get burnt at the stake for heresy. Or just go back with a lighter. A fucking lighter, for God's sake. You know, oh, he makes fire in his hands, he must be a demon. Yeah, but yeah, things were obviously everything was religious back in those days. You know, it was really strict. You know, you had to be kind of playing the game, otherwise, yeah.
Oh, Christ, poor wretch. No doubt he wanted to raise the alarm about the raid on Skalitz, but those bastards got him.
Oh, well, I think this is one of the caves. Ah,
well, this is it. I thought it was supposed to be a big cave. Oh. Maybe it's bigger on the inside.
Fucking dog's in the way. Right, these caves get really confusing because they take multiple paths. Yeah, they probably would. Turn up in a fucking car. You know, or have a gun. Jesus Christ. Imagine the look on their faces when they all turn up in their suited armour and you do the old Indiana Jones thing where like they're swinging their swords around trying to show how awesome they have a sword. You just pull your gun out and just go fucking bang. But
oh Jesus, something stinks here.
Yeah, that usually means that there's a body somewhere, probably. But yeah, Lost Costs. Obviously, I see you're watching on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, or also do the follow thing on Twitch if you use Twitch. If you don't use Twitch, doesn't matter. Don't not a problem. But yeah, follow me on both if you can.
Fuck.
That way you'll know when I'm streaming this, because at the moment, until I complete this game, this is the only game I'm going to be streaming. I'll do it like once, maybe twice a week, depending on my work schedule. So just so that you don't miss anything, yeah, just subscribe, follow, do what you want to do.
He looks like he was well healed, judging from what's left of him.
And I think
maybe a merchant who took a shortcut this way to avoid paying customs.
Yeah, and I
How
think
in Christ's name did they get here? A shaft leading to the surface.
Are we still talking?
Maybe someone threw those people down here.
Right, let's finish talking. Also, if you scroll up through the chat, I do think one of my bots does list my Discord as well. If you want to join that, usually when I'm streaming this, I will let Bruce or Moneybags Lee, as you see him in the chat, know when I'm streaming, just to give him a heads up, because he's not seen this game before. And he's literally just following along with the story as I'm playing it. And usually when he's kind of free is when I kind of stream it. So again, you'll get another heads up if you join the Discord too. You don't have to; it's entirely up to you. But if you're enjoying, watching the game and getting involved with the conversation, it's always good to have a chat. It also makes the stream more interesting as well, because I've got a lot to talk about with people.
Looks like a human, judging by the kaftan. Poetic justice. Poor wretch. What did he do to deserve such a fate?
Well, I can't go any further, so... Oh, I'll fuck myself over. Can I get over this? Oh, shit. Oh, there we go. I thought I was stuck then.
Jesus Christ. He was only a boy. A Skalitz Waffenrock. Maybe Sir Radzig sent someone here to check on things. That didn't turn out too well.
Okay, can't inspect anything else. Right, okay, so I'm just assuming it's those bodies that we were looking for then. Quest. Okay, explore the opening of the mine shaft. Okay. Got that burns the eyes. Oh, I inspected that. Is there anything else around here? Ah. Let's go this way. Ah, fair enough. Well, once you've got it, because you don't need to have the internet on when you're playing it. It's not an online game. It's pretty much a single player game. Like I said, because this is my third time playing it, doing a playthrough for this game now. I've literally loaded my version up complete with mods from the Nexus mod manager. But I would encourage you to play it vanilla first time, do it properly first time, and once you've completed it, doing it the right way, then mod the shit out of it and just kind of just have a bit more fun. And because there's so many different mods that do so many different things. I've tried to limit the amount of easy mods that I'm using. It's more basically to kind of progress the story quicker, so that I kind of get a load of the bullshit out of the way. Because obviously it's a stream story. You don't want to be like sitting there for weeks and weeks watching me build up my sword skills. So for one of the mods is that I've maxed out on everything. It's mainly just to keep the story going. Yeah. Because the game takes a hell of a lot longer if you play it in vanilla, because you've got, like I say, you've got to build up all your skills and all your perks and stuff like that. But because I've already done it, I can't be bothered with doing that all over again. So, we've got Cumans. We're going to get into some combat. Let's put my helmet on. not sure if I was supposed to talk to him. He's dead now. Oh, bandit truck. Oh, he's just bandit. It doesn't matter. If there's anyone else around. Will you shut up, dog? Where's the trunk? Yeah, one thing you'll learn about this is the sword play in this is very. It takes a long time to learn because it's all physics based. It's all, you have to kind of swing your sword in specific directions and stuff like that. It's not like most games where you just press a button and he does like combos and stuff like that. You literally are the sword person and you've got to swing it around properly. Oh, Kimini, I'll take that. We'll take his groschen as well.
God have mercy, this is a small fortune. Fine clothing, armour and weapons. Serious loot. And a cumin faceplate helmet. Interesting. It seems this all belonged to those poor wretches down below.
Anything else on him that I can steal? Aha! I'll take his spurs as well. Put an end to the murderer's reign. Where do I have to go for that then? Oh, okay. I've already done it, yeah, so I've already killed him. Oh, in that case, I can just change back into my normal clothes again. If that was it, that was a very short DLC, but either way. Yeah, you don't have to fast travel either. I just do it because it's just quicker just to get the story going. But when you first load this up, you don't even get the the intro with all the credits, the opening credits, for about an hour into the game. Are you British or kind of local? When I say local, Scotland, Wales, Ireland. Oh, American. Oh, cool. Because there's a voice actor that will come into this later on. Bruce, you might know the name. Brian Blessed. He comes into this later on. He's like, well, I suppose he's a bit of a British celebrity. You might not know him by name, but you'll know him by voice. He comes into this later on.
Henry.
I was in that cave that you dreamt about.
Oh? Tell me. What did you find there?
Oh, speaking of which, I'll show you something. last Christmas, me and the wife, we bought official titles. Don't know if you can see that. I'm just trying to look on the camera as I'm streaming it. Ooh. Oh. It's a bit of a delay. That's the problem. Trying to look at the camera as I'm streaming it. So basically, me and the wife are lords and a lord and a lady. Basically, of Scotland. Bought 1 square foot of land that basically is going to plant trees to help with the greenhouse gases and all that sort of thing. And basically, we got given official titles. I don't actually know. It's been a year since I've actually looked at them properly. But yeah, we were given official titles.
Everything was just like you said. There was a cave, and inside it was hell itself. I've never seen anything so horrible in my life.
And was he there? Surely not.
So I'm not going to lie to her.
No, there was no devil there. There was a pile of dead bodies. Murdered. It wasn't a pretty sight, I can tell you. There was this fearsome warrior up above the shaft. He murdered a lot of people and threw their bodies down the shaft to hide them. He went for me too. He fought like a demon, but I overcame him in the end. His reign of terror is over.
Mary, Mother of God, thank you for going there, Henry.
I won't forget that in a hurry. It almost cost me my life. Anyway, all's well that ends well, right?
I hope so. But, you know what? I had another dream. A different one.
Another one?
Yes, another one.
Oh God.
The Virgin Mary appeared to me again, and I think she's trying to give me a message. She's trying to warn us.
No, she wants to give you a massage.
Yes. It all makes sense, can't you see? That other dream about the cave, that was a test. Our Lady was testing me. And now she wants to give me a message.
What message are you talking about?
I'm not sure exactly what Our Lady wants to tell me, but I think I should tell the people. All of them. I can't just keep this to myself.
I don't know. It sounds a bit presumptuous.
No.
You
No,
burnt at
it
the stake.
all makes sense. Mary, Mother of God, heard my prayers. I prayed every evening that she would heal Matthias, and she answered my prayers. First she tested me, and then, when I passed her test, she appeared to me again. Now I must do her will, and pass on her message. And when I've done all she's asked of me, then she will heal Matthias.
She was healing people a little while ago. You know, now she's gone on this bloody crazy rant about, like, you know, drugs and well, all these mushroom hallucination dreams.
Well, when you put it like that, I can see some sense in it. Not that I know much about these things, but I had a strange dream too, not so long ago. It was after Runt nearly killed me in Skalitz. I was back there again, in the middle of all that slaughter. It was dark everywhere, and I was carrying the sword Pa made for Sir Radzig. I had to fight my way through humans who looked like demons of hell. I found my parents.
They're all so dramatic, aren't they?
You see? It must mean something. These things come to you for a reason.
I suppose.
No, bad things just happen to good people.
But what do you want to do about it?
Well, like I said, I should go on the town square and tell everyone what Our Lady showed me in my dreams. Won't you come with me? I'd feel so much better if you were there with me.
Yeah, go on then. Let's see you
Rely
hang.
on me. I'll be there.
Thank you, Henry. Come first thing in the morning and we'll go together. Or if you want, you can rest here. I'll take care of you and wake you up when it's time to go.
Will she?
Thanks. I certainly could do with a rest.
Good luck then.
I wonder if he bangs her as well. Probably not. I mean, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's about 5 different women that Henry fucks in this game. I still think the gangbang with the priest is still the best. Everyone says it's their most favourite quest in this game. It's because it's just so funny. It's just hilarious. Oh, he is.
Good morning, Henry. Come on. Let's go to the green.
Take off your pants. Oh, I need some chicken. Give.
How's life here in Sasau?
Much the same as in Scarlet's. That is, before everything. It's quieter now. Most of the work has been done, and everyone is waiting to see what the harvest will be like. Then everyone will be on their feet from dawn to dusk.
I pray it'll be a good harvest, so we have supplies for winter and enough to seed in spring.
God's truth. A couple of bad harvests and we'd be in danger of famine. Well, let's hope it will be good. Every grain counts. Especially now, with all sorts of bandits roaming the country. And a great army, too.
I hope Sir Radzig and Sir Hanush get it all
Yeah,
sorted out before the
It
harvest.
was, but also
Those marauders
prostitution is
carry
also
on.
the oldest
They'll plunder
trade
whole
in the world.
province. And then where will we
It goes
be?
back before
Best
biblical
thing would be
times.
to hide the supplies. Bury them underground, so the bandits don't find them.
But what if they threaten the villagers? Most people would be happier to give up their supplies than have their farms burnt down or their livestock herded off.
The livestock can be hidden in the woods. Pa told me about it once.
Maybe. But you can't hide a farmhouse. Or whole families. What if they take your children and threaten to cripple them? Or the farmers? You can't do much work in the fields with your arms broken. And in the winter it's even worse. They might as well dig your grave.
Sir Radzig would never allow that to happen, though. He'd come with his garrison, and those bastards who harassed his subjects would soon be hanging from the nearest tree.
I'd be happier, though, if they all moved on and left us in peace.
What if they don't move on, though? Then the only answer is cold steel.
You men and your endless fighting.
It's what we do. It's our primal instinct that has been inherited throughout all of our ancestors from the caveman times.
Did they give you a bit more coin at least?
Unfortunately not. They said there'll be no more until St. Havel's Day.
But that's still a long way off.
I know. On St. Havel's Day, the payments come from the surrounding villages and the outlying farms. Some of them are supposed to pay in chickens, eggs, or other things, but a lot pay in groschen. Then they might give us more.
God, the annoying thing about this is you can't
I could buy some meat
walk
at
in
the
sync
butcher's.
with her.
You buy that often? I thought you said you had to save every groschen you can.
That's true, but you wouldn't believe the things those monks think up.
How's that?
You know they're forbidden to eat red meat. It's a sin. Saint Benedict forbade it.
Huh, I didn't know that.
Neither did I until recently, but that's not all. The thing is, they have an exception to the rule. They can eat red meat if they're sick, so they recover faster. Then, it's not a sin. So some of them are always coming along with all sorts of ailments, so they can lie around in the infirmary and eat meat. Of course, the monks have precedence,
Well, maybe
so I
that's a
have to
sign
go
that
to
they
the
should be
butcher's.
eating red meat if it
And
makes them
then
better.
there's not enough money for other things.
Well, well, you learn something new every day.
I've even heard tell that there was a monk who tried to keep pigs in a pond at one time.
Why on earth would he do that?
To prove they're water creatures. The monks are allowed to eat water creatures, you see. Not only fish, but even beavers and the like.
Swim, you
That's
fat
good.
bastard, swim!
I'd never come up with something like that. And how did it end up?
I don't know. Maybe they drowned.
That's good, though. I must remember that one.
Oh, come on. Well, at least by the bathhouses, we can go see some wenches and get the old
Tell
dick
me,
wet.
How is it, being in the service of Sir Radzig?
Well, it's a wonder he took me on at all after I lost his sword in Scanners. But it's great. For someone like me. I lost everything, and he gave me a second chance. And even a new home of sorts, if you know what I mean.
I understand.
Wouldn't be surprised. People were always bending the rules when it used to suit them back in them days.
Soon. I'll pray for his safe return, as always.
Thanks,
I'm
Guta.
glad you found your
Not
feet
to
with
worry,
Sir
I'll be
Radzig.
fine. I'll go
But you
then.
found your place in the world again, and that...
Yeah.
Look now, how much
Don't
further
worry.
do we have to keep going?
You'll surely find your place too.
Walking through
eventually.
horse shit over
I
here.
hope so.
At least Teresa takes you on a jog when you go on a date
Listen,
with her.
When she visits you, the Virgin Mary, what does she look like?
Like I said, like that picture above the altar. She just appears in a kind of golden glow, in a blue cloak.
And then?
Then she beckons to me, and things start to appear. Pictures of all kinds. They look like the paintings in church, but moving, glowing with fire and lots of colours and this golden light.
My, that's really something.
You need to stay out that radium mine, I think.
How is Matthias doing?
No change. He's lying in a fever and nothing helps. I'm really afraid for him.
He'll get better. Don't you worry. He's a tough little bugger. No fever is going to beat him.
Just
I
walk
hope
through that
you're
fucking
right.
horse shit.
Actually, it does look like his fever is dropping a bit. But maybe that's just wishful thinking.
Johanker, what are you actually going to do when we get to the market square?
Not a problem, dude. Thank
Actually,
you for joining. Thank you very much for
haven't thought
joining in the
about
chat
it
and
much.
watching along with
I
us.
have
It's been
to pass
good.
on the
It's been good
message
fun.
from Our Lady to the people. So
You have a good
I'll
night.
stand somewhere and tell them what I saw in my dream, like the itinerant preachers who are always wandering around the land.
I see. And have you ever done anything like that?
No, I haven't. But it can't be all that hard, can it?
I couldn't say. But I'm sure you can do it.
Our Lady will guide me.
If only you could fast travel with her like you do with Teresa sometimes. But then you'd miss out on all this dialogue though. Right, I need to go get myself another can because I'm getting dry. And the cat is attacking my arse. Bugger off, cat. Back in a sec. And I'm back. And one thing I've noticed, Bruce, is whenever I'm streaming, you probably noticed I've always got a can. I'm not a raging alcoholic. I only drink when I'm streaming. So it's not something I do every single night. I only drink like once, maybe twice a week, if that. So yeah, I've noticed that pretty much every time I've been streaming, I've had cans. So yeah, don't be concerned. I don't have a problem.
Right, girl. Time to go and spread the word of the Blessed Virgin.
Because as you know, I work odd hours. Therefore, my Saturday and Sunday is whenever I'm not working.
How am
So
I to begin? I have just come from the monastery. No, it's stupid. I have to mention the Virgin Mary.
Yeah, most people
of course.
drink on Fridays
Maybe
and Saturdays, but I'm working most of the
Virgin
time,
Mary
so
visited
if I'm not
me.
working, that's
That will
my
get their
that's my
attention.
Saturday and Sunday.
I'll say it like that. Henry, I'm a bit worried. I never spoke to people like that before. I've no idea what to say. They'll all laugh at me.
Don't worry, you can do it. People will swallow anything, believe me. Just start with something that will grab their attention. Like that the Blessed Virgin visited you. That should do it. And once you've got their ears, give them the important part. Nothing could be easier.
Maybe for you. Why don't you do it instead if it's that easy?
I would. Only the Virgin Mary didn't choose me. Remember? Now don't worry about it. People always want to hear something sensational.
She's got
They'll
some
be hanging
real
on your
fire
every
in her,
word.
this girl, isn't she?
And I'll be there with
She's always snapping at Henry all the time.
All right. Thanks, Henry. Nothing could be easier. Yeah. All right. Here goes. Good luck then. The Virgin Mary. The Virgin Mary came to me in a dream.
Nobody gives a shit.
And she showed me things. Things I've never seen before. A great city. A great and beautiful city it was. Great and beautiful. With many spires. Tall spires. Golden in the sunlight. And around the city was a mighty wall. All this she showed to me. But then the city was suddenly engulfed in flames. The earth began to shake and the gate burst open. Holes opened up in the ground and from them beasts of hell leapt forth. They broke down the walls and stormed the city through the broken gate. And the beasts hunted down all the sinners. They sank their fangs into their burning flesh and tore them to pieces mercilessly. And the sinners screamed and tried to flee them, but it was in vain. But then, Our Lady appeared. Mary, the Holy Mother of God. She covered the whole city in her cloak, smothered the flames, and drove out the beasts. The penitent sinners came out of the city, knelt before the Virgin in prayer, and thanked her for their salvation. That is the vision that came to me. And I believe this message was not meant for me alone. It was a warning to us all. We are those sinners, and we must once again build those mighty walls. Not from stone or wood, but from virtue and love for our neighbor. And whoever has sinned and acted unrighteously must repent and change their ways.
You know what, I don't actually think I've done this DLC yet. This is all new to me as well. Because I don't remember any of this. Hello, cat.
Sucker. That lass doesn't
Isn't she
hold
that
back.
lass? She works for Brother Nicodemus. Girl was right.
I don't know.
She spoke well.
I didn't know.
Carrots and apples today.
Where is she?
On your face.
I reckon she was telling us the Blessed Virgin is angry with us. It was a warning, like.
I suppose so.
All the people are talking now.
She sounded like that. There are stranger things between heaven and earth.
There's the good doggy. That's my boy.
That should do for a start. Maybe we should give something to her.
Look what I've got for you. You'll love this.
Have some chicken.
Hear it all. If the nobles were doing their job.
Well, where has she gone? Oh, okay. Oh, so she's the red icon. There she is.
But he keeps playing dice. He sits at that table late into the night, and more than once he lost a
And
small
now she's
fortune.
a prophet.
I'm sorry to hear that, but I don't know how I could help.
I want him to stop, but he won't listen to me. I'm at a loss what to do. I thought maybe if you were to go and have a word with him.
Oh, all right. I'll come and see you when I have some time to spare.
Thank you. Thank you kindly.
My word, Johanka. That speech of yours on the square. I swear I never heard anything like it in my life.
Let's talk about it later. Right now, Guta, the Sasau tailor's wife, came to talk to me, and she was quite desperate. Did you hear?
Yes, I heard everything. So give her some advice then.
But I don't know what to tell her. Our Lady didn't prepare me for anything like that.
So the cat wants to join in now.
Oh, that's what you wanted, isn't it? Your words didn't fall on deaf ears. And now you can't let people down when they come to you.
I suppose you're right. We ought to try and do something.
We?
Be quiet and think. We have to find a way.
Jesus, you're really full of holy fire.
Stop blaspheming and start thinking how we can get Ambrose to give up his dice playing.
Well, I've always found a good punch in the mouth can do a lot to change a man's mind.
Thanks for that contribution, but I don't think Guta came to me because she wanted her husband crippled.
Yeah, all right. It's what Fritz would do, though.
And that's
Fritz.
why I'm asking you, and not Fritz.
Supposing Ambrose were to lose enough to make him regret it. If he were to lose something really important. Mal was used to scold me by saying, one day you'll go too far and then you'll be sorry.
That's it, Henry. Ambrose has to realise for himself how he's harming others, and most of all his wife and himself. Thank you.
Glad to be of help.
But I can't go anywhere. Never mind playing dice in taverns. I've too much work to do. But you could.
All right. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you, Henry. Go and see the tailor's wife and sort it out with her. I have to go back now. Goodbye.
I reckon Fritz should have his own side story or his own origin story because, you know, he keeps coming up in this all the time. And he's a very small character, but he's kind of a very big one in his reputation. Right, what have we started? Where are they? Are they? I think. Oh, they're all local to the town. So we've got the tailor's wife here. Oh, they must all be down here then. Try and help the tailor with his... Oh, okay, yes, it's literally in the same place. I could only see one of the icons.
Henry, I'm glad you stopped by.
Are you?
God save.
Fritz.
How may I help you? Good night.
All the trouble that him and Matthew get up to when they're just drunk all the time.
Johanka sent me. She asked me to help you with your trouble.
She did. That's wonderful. But she said she'd come herself.
Well, she's up to her ears in work, and besides, we figured your husband wouldn't pay much attention to a woman, since he doesn't even listen to you.
I'm afraid that's true. What now, though?
Well, Johanka thought it would help if Ambrose saw how playing dice was no good either for himself or for you.
Ha! I've been telling him off about it for years to no avail. I even took his dice several times. But he always gets new ones.
You won't get anywhere telling him off. Ambrose has to realise it for himself. If he lost everything he has to me, that would teach him a lesson. And then I'd talk to him man to man.
Oh, God, no. I want him to stop playing, not to lose the roof over our heads.
No, don't worry. Whatever I win from him, I'll give it back to you. But first, he really has to believe he's lost everything.
Do you swear, by the Virgin Mary, to give everything back?
I'm not going to make a sacred oath over such a worldly thing. My word should be enough.
If you won't swear to give everything back, forget it.
Come on, don't tell me you don't trust me. After all, Johanka sent me. I'm doing this for your own good, and your husband's, am I not?
That's true enough. Very well, then. If you think it'll help, take him for everything he has.
Where can I find Ambrose?
He's not here now. He's getting ready for a trip to Kuttenberg, on some business or other. No doubt you'll find him at the inn. You'd better hurry if you want to catch him. He said he wants to leave soon.
See, the good thing is that these side quests, some of them are time sensitive. They just kind of randomly expire. You don't get any warning. But with the main quests, you can just leave them, just leave them be, because you can always get back and do them whenever. So,
well, he promised not long ago he'd quit.
So get a load of side quests going, and you can just do all kinds of crazy stuff.
Playing, especially when he's had a drink or two. And if he's feeling lucky, he'll lose his head entirely and play till the early hours.
All right. Thanks for the advice.
God be with you.
So I've got to get him drunk.
No need to be shy.
Am I wearing... I can hear my armour chinking. That's what I could hear. It's crazy, I could actually hear the chainmail as I was running. That's better, I can't hear it now. I never even noticed that. Is that a fishing spot over there? Because one thing I haven't done yet is the fishing. Because I got that mod, the fishing mod, but it only works in fishing spots. I don't know if there's any chests or anything around here. Yeah, I just never noticed it. It was just a very, very slight sound of like, you know, just like metal chinking together. And I was thinking, what is that noise? And I realised I still had the chainmail on. But, like, just an example, you can hear me. Nothing. Listen carefully. It's very faint, but it's there. That's why you got to wear like the black armor when you're sneaking around, because otherwise, if you're going around in your chain, in your full coat of arms and that, you make so much noise, clunking and clinking and all that they can hear you coming.
Well, Goodman Ambrose.
Yes? Is there something I could do for you?
I heard you were about to leave for Kuttenberg.
Aye. Sir Sebastian von Berg ordered new clothes and he won't settle for anything but the best. I have to go and buy some fine linen, brocade and other things. I'm taking 600 groschen to pay for it all. I'll make him the finest garments ever.
Ah, I see. Well, Sir Sebastian's a man who doesn't like to be disappointed.
True indeed. I'll be on my way just as soon as the horse is shod and the wagon hitched up. Good day.
Let's have a drink together to pass the time while you're waiting, eh? On me.
That's kind of you, lad. God be with you.
Let's get him shit-faced.
Good health.
May it serve you.
You look like a fellow who's been around. Tell me, what's going on in the countryside? Are the roads safe?
Sigismund's hordes attacked Skalitz, razed the castle, pillaged the whole area, and slaughtered a lot of people.
I heard, lad. I heard. God have mercy on those poor souls.
But a lot more people would have died if I hadn't warned them. I took an arrow in the leg, but I still rode on to Talmberg to alert them there.
Took an arrow to the knee.
Well done. I toast your determination.
And another thing we can drink to. That wound still hurts. We can drink to that.
Yes, to your wound.
May those bastards burn in hell.
May they burn in hell.
Oh, is Henry going to end up fucking something again?
Well, there was a band of brigands on the rampage in the province. They attacked the stud farm at Neuhof, killed old Smill, the owner, and torched the stables.
So it's true then. I heard some talk about it, but I thought it was exaggerated. Maybe I should take an escort with me.
Not to worry. Fortunately, I caught up with those bastards and put a stop to their pillaging.
That's good news indeed. Let's drink to your accomplishment.
It was no easy matter, I can tell you. They were cleverly holed up, but they weren't smart enough for me. Ha! To my wits!
Ha ha! To your wits!
We're getting absolutely shit-faced.
So, you're going to Kuttenberg, eh?
That's right.
That's nice. I've never been there. What's it like?
Ah, it's great, lad. Grand it is. Kuttenberg is a big town, with strong walls, and more churches than you count on your fingers. Even the king himself has a palace there, and it's packed with people. When there's a fair, the whole town is on its feet.
They're getting drunk, you can hear it in their voice.
Never seen the like. But the city elders are troubled now. Sigismund and his army are camped near the town, and nothing good can come of that.
The devil take that damn Sigismund! He's done damage enough here already!
My word, lad, what's got into you?
I'm from Skalitz. Sigismund's army laid waste to the place.
Oh, I'm sorry. That must have been awful.
Awful hardly describes it. I'd tell you about it, but first I'd have to drink. A lot.
Then let's drink.
Did you hear what happened in Merhoyed?
No. What happened there?
Some bandits attacked the locals.
God have mercy. It seems that's the lot of decent folk on this earth. Some fucker thinks he can take what he wants by the sword, and there's damn little you can do about it.
Ah, but the villagers weren't such an easy mark. They stood up to them and put up a fight. They even managed to take one captive.
Good on them. That's what those bastards deserve.
But it didn't end with that.
We're gonna get
Some
drink.
pestilence broke out, and people thought it was the plague.
God have mercy on us.
It turned out it wasn't the plague, though. Those murdering bastards poisoned the wells there.
The low-down whoresons. They ought to hang. The lot of them.
Let's drink.
Let's drink to those brave souls in Merhoyed. They stood up to a pack of cutthroats and captured one.
Glory to them!
Not even the pestilence could break them. With the help of Brother Nicodemus, they recovered.
Glory to your brother Nicodemus too.
Aye, and may trouble pass them by now and leave them to enjoy the peace they deserve.
Aye, peace to all people with good souls.
I think that's all the conversation.
Oh, it's safer in the province now. There was a pack of enemy cutthroats holed up in Pribyslavitz, north of Talmberg. Mercenaries, bandits, cumans, and other rabble. But we attacked them and smashed them to pieces. So yes, the roads are safer now.
My word. And who led the attack?
I did. The bold Henry of Skalitz. Let's have a drink to my bravery.
Well now, I had no idea I was sitting here with such a warrior. A toast to your bravery.
Bravery it was, I cannot deny. Not one of them could match me in combat. Ha! Let's drink to my sword fighting skill.
To your incomparable skill, Master Swordsman.
I rained a barrage of blows on the enemy's heads, to my strength and speed.
Aye, aye, to your fast, powerful arm.
But first I had to track down their lair. So, let's drink to my cunning, too.
Is that so? Then you have the cunning of a fox.
God, Henry's going to be unplayable with how drunk he's getting. I'll probably end up getting the alcoholic trait.
3 6s. Let's keep going.
Just in case. Did he just fart?
Hey! Greetings. What do you need?
God be with you.
Oh, I've got a bed here, haven't I? Yeah, I say I've never done this quest before, so this one's a new one for me as well. Because I think I played when I first did the my first few playthroughs, I did this all in the base game, and I got the DLCs afterwards. And I played a few of the DLCs, but not all of them. Because there's also another one that comes up later on with Hans Cape on that I never got to finish. Right, is he still here? I think he's probably wandered off now, isn't he? Yeah, he's not here anymore. Oh no, he's over here somewhere. There he is.
Ambrose, you hound. What got into you yesterday?
Me? Nothing. We drank a bit, alright. Quite a bit. And then I went to sleep.
What? You don't remember? You got as drunk as a lord. Started shouting that you were the greatest dice master in Bohemia and that you'd show everyone. No one had the nerve to tackle you, so you insisted I had to give you a game. But you lost, and then you got really worked up and wanted to save your reputation. We ended up playing until the early hours.
Damn. I don't remember a thing. Did I win?
Oh, you did, a few times. And then you lost everything.
Oh, fuck. Everything?
Everything. The whole 600 groschen you had for buying cloth in Kuttenberg.
Christ in heaven. Oh, God, what am I going to do now? I have to get that money back.
Actually, it wasn't by chance that I ran into you. It was the Virgin Mary who sent me to you.
What are you talking about? Are you trying to make a fool of me?
No, I mean it. My friend Johanka has been visited in her dreams by Our Lady, and she's been passing her message on to the people about amending their ways and repenting for their sins, like playing games of hazard, for example. You see how easily you were tempted into wagering everything you had on dice? You're bringing misfortune down on yourself and your family.
Yeah, you're right. I got carried away. But what am I to do now?
Repent and do penance for your sins. Ask God for forgiveness and swear by the Blessed Virgin never to pick up dice again.
You're right.
If only it was that easy.
My passion for dice has gone too far. I'll do what you say.
And give me those dice, so they don't tempt you to play again. I'll throw them down a well where they can't put sinful thoughts in your head.
But those aren't just any old dice that you can get anywhere. They bring luck.
Not
Well,
really.
mostly.
Ambrose.
I don't play with them much. I keep them hidden away for special occasions. Oh, all right. Here you are. Listen, Henry. The money you want from me, do you think maybe I could get it back? I've learned my lesson, I swear. But now I have to go and buy that cloth, and I can't pay for it.
Well, I'm glad you've seen the error of your ways, but you're not getting your coin back. That wouldn't be much of a lesson. This way you won't forget in a hurry.
I beg you, please. If I don't buy that cloth, I won't be able to make those clothes for Sir Sebastian. That could finish me as a tailor.
Oh, all right, if it means so much to you. But I'll only give you half your coin back, so you don't get off too lightly.
All right. I suppose that's fair. Thanks.
Take care.
Yeah, it's fair enough, isn't it?
You won't be hurting anyone anymore, as long as you stay there.
Oh, fair enough. Well, let's go back up and speak to the wife and end that bit of the side quest. I'm sure Johanka's probably going to have more for me to do because she's, you know, tripping balls with all these visions she's having. But I think once we go and speak to the wife, we will call it for tonight because, I mean, we got through the monastery quite quickly, to be fair. A lot quicker than I was expecting to. And it went very well. Everything worked exactly as it was supposed to. In terms of getting it done quickly, that is. I mean, there was a lot of extra quests to do while we were there, but again, it's just not worth the hassle. I just banged into something.
God be with you, Henry.
I went to see the tailor's wife, like you wanted.
Oh, and how did it go?
I think it turned out well. Ambrose admitted he was overdoing it with the dice playing and promised to quit.
That's great news, Henry. You've helped him and his wife a lot. Thank you. You're a true friend. I think this is exactly what the Blessed Virgin wants from us.
How are things going otherwise?
You wouldn't believe what happened. One of the bathhouse wenches came to me.
Oh? What does she want?
She said she wanted to find a different job. Something more virtuous. She said she decided to change her life after listening to me on the square.
See what you're capable of? Our Lady didn't pick you for nothing. You help everyone around you. I think you're really great, Johanka.
That's very sweet of you, Henry. Thank you. If only there were more like that, though.
Yes, indeed. I might know of someone. There's this prostitute in Ledetchko. Adela, her name is.
And how do you know her?
I happened across her by chance when I was tracking the Neuhof raiders. Don't look at me like that. She was mixed up with one of them and I had to question her. I wouldn't say she was particularly happy there either.
That sounds promising, Henry. We should try and help her.
But how?
I'm not sure, but maybe we could persuade her to give up what she's doing and find a different job. If she works at the baths, she'll surely have knowledge of some basic things.
What basic things? Laundry?
No, she'd know about healing wounds, health-giving decoctions, bloodletting and the like.
Fucking.
And I could certainly use a second pair of hands here.
Well, if you think so, I can go there and see what I can do.
Henry, please try and convince her. I can find a place for her here. Goodbye.
And there we have it. We will go rescue the prostitute during the next stream. Yeah. So we've only got 15 minutes left, so I don't want to kind of get into another little side quest. So we'll leave it there until we carry on again. So I have to look at my schedule. I actually can't remember what I'm doing this week, but there might be a chance that I'll get another one in this week. If not, it will be next week. You know the drill. But yeah, obviously I will let you know beforehand when I am streaming. So yeah, you will definitely get a heads up about it. So yeah, I hope you have a good night and a good week, and I will catch you later on in the week, hopefully. So yep, have a good one, and I'll see you later.